Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And got a good one for you as I head up the hill here. Uh, Eviction filings are up, setting records. And there's an explanation for that. Before I get into it, please like the video. Please hit the subscribe button. And today we have a sponsor, Ageless Multi-Collagen, and I will cover them a little later. But let's get right into it. First things first, right now, Maricopa County in Arizona has just set a record in October for the most amount of evictions in 1 month. 7,948 eviction filings in 1 month. It's not just in Arizona, guys. It's one county. One county. So what we're seeing is with the end of the pandemic money, with wages going down, people making less, with rents going through the roof, which is what's happened over the course of the last 3 years, you're seeing this take a massive toll. Now, the wild thing about this and the record that was set is that this record beat the all-time high for evictions in 2005. So now, just through the roof right now. So Arizona as a whole, they saw really high real estate values shoot up. And this was in apartment buildings also. It was in duplexes, fourplexes, and everything. We saw real estate shoot through the roof. Now with that, and with the economy being, quote, good, you saw rents just, go through the roof. It used to be a really unaffordable place, but what you're seeing right now is that people just cannot afford to pay these high rents. And Arizona, oh my gosh, it is the fastest eviction in the country. It's less than 30 days. You don't pay, pack your bags. There's no story time. It's not California where it can take 6 months. It is absolutely fast. I did a video a couple years ago called the 30-minute eviction. Basically, it was about this place, about how bad it was. But the problem with it is that it's getting worse right now. It's so bad that when you think about the 7,948 evictions in 1 month, you haven't seen anything yet. That's just one county in that one state. They attribute it to everything wrong with the pandemic. Everything from low interest rates, values going through the roof, and just you haven't seen anything yet, guys. It's just the beginning of it. Now, to go along with that, there is a huge lawsuit that started in 20 different places and just got consolidated in the District of Columbia, where you have landlords that are getting sued for charging people too much money. So what's happened is there is a company called RealPage. What RealPage does is they put together and make recommendations on rent. Basically, it's a way for landlords to share data and to sit there and to basically price fix and to go out and say, hey, this is what you should be charging. The problem with it is that's illegal, okay, here in the United States. And you can't collude, and what they've noticed is that rents were exponentially high when people used RealPage as a source. So Cohen, I think it's Cohen, Silverstein, Cohen, Silver, Milstein, and Toll is the law firm that just got this consolidated in Nashville. And you're going to see a major class action lawsuit from this. And they just consolidated over a dozen lawsuits in this one area. But what it's done is people are paying more than ever for their rent. In the District of Columbia only, one area, there are thousands of people that they say have paid tens of millions of dollars more in rent than they should have. So think about this. If you've experienced, wow, my rent's gone up through the roof. It's a lot of these AI programs, these artificial things that have just made it so that they've priced people out of the market. And the one thing that Jack from Patriot Gold's talked about in the past is when something goes up, 100%, and your rent doubles, which it has for a lot of these people, and then it drops 20%, everybody sits there and tries to celebrate that as some big deal. No, it's huge because it's not even economically feasible to pay this rent right now. So you're going to see more and more lawsuits like this, and you're going to see more and more settlements with cases like this. The one thing that's wild about this is when you read the article below from Reuters, the law firm talks about their deal and that, hey, the law firm gets 15% of any pre-litigation settlement and 18% if it goes to trial. I have never heard of a class action law firm, telling us what they're getting paid from litigation up front. So this is wild that they're getting this, but it will be tens of millions of dollars for the law firm, without a doubt, without a doubt. So let me know what you think about this. The evictions through the roof right now. It's happening around the country. Here in California, it's still a mess that you can sit there and you can get out of paying your rent 4 months, months and months and months. In Arizona, no way. You're talking days, and they're throwing people out. So share your thoughts on this stuff. Let me know what you think so far. Let's talk about our sponsor, Ageless Multi-Collagen. I use this every day. When I start my day, the first thing I take is Ageless Multi-Collagen. Let's face it, as we get older and our skin is not that elastic, it gets that crepey look to it, there's something you can do about it. You can take collagen. The best thing to do is take Ageless Multi-Collagen from BioTrust. You can save 53% off by going to healthwithdan.com. And it is 5 different types of collagen from 4 premium sources. It's non-GMO, it's all natural, it's tasteless. Put it right in your coffee or any beverage and it will completely mix up and taste great. Try it today. You know, think about this. This has helped dramatically with my hair health, my skin health, my nail health. But the main thing since I started running again is the joint pain has completely gone away. Check it out today. Go to healthwithdan.com and save 53% from the good people at BioTrust. Check it out today. Let's talk about the job numbers for October. Think about this. Even the Biden administration cannot celebrate this because it's so bad. They added 150,000 jobs in October. Well, that's not bad. Well, yeah, they were thinking it was going to be 336,000 ads. Okay, that's the first thing. Over 50% of those were government jobs. And as you know, the government doesn't do anything, doesn't manufacture, doesn't make anything. You have healthcare workers that they could say are seasonal, which it's like, I don't know anybody celebrating seasonal healthcare. So you've got that. And the next thing is that you have low-level service jobs as the majority of the things that were added right now. The worst thing is the manufacturing right now. The number of jobs for manufacturing dropped by 35,000 in the month of October, minus for manufacturing 35,000 jobs. That is insane. So, okay. Do what you want with these numbers. You can sit there and you can tell me, oh, everything's great, Dan. You're just a doom and gloomer. No, get real with all this stuff. Get real. Don't kid yourself on this because I am a guy that believes that our unemployment is like 16 to 17% right now, easily right now. I talk to so many people still looking that are not counted anymore. And you're going to see this number exponentially increase over the course of the next few months. You're going to see holiday hires be the lowest ever. You're going to see retail be absolutely abysmal between now and Christmas. Now, next thing is something I've talked about a lot lately. Sam Bankman-Fried. Sammy went and gambled on litigation and gambled on having a trial. Okay, well, good for him. Him and his parents both lost. And there's a great article below talking about this because what Sammy did was Sammy gambled on going to trial. And here's the thing. For anybody who has been in a lawsuit or had trial prep of any kind, one thing that they do on both sides is your side prepares you, but if you have any common sense, you're going to have the opposition prepare you as well. You're going to sit there, not go to the opposition, but have an opposing view, ask you questions. You know what's coming. This smug, know-it-all, arrogant fool clearly didn't do that because his, cross-examination was just abysmal. And he was mocking the attorneys, and they took less than a few hours to convict this guy. Think about this. They took more time with Bernie Madoff than they did this guy. There are some really big cases in history that took longer to convict or to let people go than they did with this guy's case. But this guy, penitentiary boy, is going to be in jail for a very, very long time. The overs and unders are talking about 35 years for this guy. But this guy completely fleeced millions of people for billions of dollars. His parents knew that this money was being used illegally. And you guys can sit there and say, oh, they're not involved in this. They bought houses for this guy. They had houses in the Bahamas in their names. They had certain things that were given to them that they're going to find out more as the investigation continues. Because remember, this has only been going on a year right now. So this guy's going to jail for a very long time. And let me know, how long do you think this guy's going to go to jail? Do you think they're going to let him off? Is he going to get probation and an ankle monitor? I mean, seriously, could it go that extreme that he gets off and gets nothing? Okay? Let me know, okay? Because I think he pushed it too far. Didn't take a deal. Carolyn Ellison, the other co-defendants that were charged, took deals. And they're now going to do a lot less time as a result of this, but they're all going to pay restitution. And again, how do you pay $8 billion in restitution? You don't. You don't pay that money back. The money's never going to be paid back. So let me know what you think about this so far. Let me know what you think about the job numbers too. Do you think they're real? Do you think? I think it's as bad as if you look at it, it's horrible. Now, if you look at September, they've already revised September's numbers down by 29,000 jobs. Oh yeah, we were rough. Have you noticed everything we're told gets revised in a different direction, and it's always down. So share your thoughts on this stuff. Let me know what you think about this. Is this the shape of the economy? Are things bad, or are they much worse? Let me know. A couple more companies with big layoffs. First one is Yellow Trucking. We talked about them a couple months ago. They laid off 30,000 people, 30,000 workers, basically overnight. Here's the worst part, and where have we heard this before? Guess who the biggest creditor is? And guess who's going to get caught holding the bag? Is the government, which is us paying taxes on this, guys. So we're going to pay for Yellow Freight's bankruptcy. And, the story below, and it's tragic, and you got people that completely changed their lives and did everything they could to get their hazardous permits and things like that so they could handle, trucks and things like that. And didn't even get a text. They were just gone. Bye, you don't work here anymore. So that's terrible. Now, TVA is a huge media company in Canada. They just laid off 547 people, but the CEO is an imbecile because what he steps forward and says, listen, the changing landscape of media is that it's unfair competition and we can't compete on this. How is that? You got Netflix killing it right now. And again, change the model, change your business, change everything. But 547 people and 300 people in production alone making stuff, okay? Making movies, making TV shows, making news, things like that. So it's absolutely shocking. An analyst for Morgan Stanley, Adam Jonas, he is the EV guy there that talks about cars and talks about, investing in the EV future. He said he doesn't think that GM and Ford are a way to go with the future of EV. Okay, well, that's confidence building. So when you got Ford stock at under $10 a share, and you got General Motors losing money hand over fist, this is going to be terrible, and it's only going to get worse right now. So again, who is the right play? Is it just Tesla? Is that it? All these articles talk about how you've got all these EV cars that are coming out of China, and are people ready for this? But they're saying that they're not ready for is GM and Ford right now. So share your thoughts on this stuff so far, guys. Let me know what you think about this. Byron sent me a story that's great, and it's from the FDIC website. One of the banks we talked about closing, Citizens Bank, is now going to open up on Monday as Iowa Bank and Trust. Isn't that nice? Slap a new sticker on it, baby. It's all good. So everything's great. You have nothing to worry about. Okay, you just can't get money over the weekend, and your savings, who knows? Okay. Plus, I did a field trip for you guys. I want to show you guys something I did. Take a look at this. We've talked a lot about cars lately, and one area of the car industry that's taken a major hit is high-end luxury cars. And I'm at the Ferrari dealership here in Newport Beach, and they do a Ferrari day, which is nice. People bring out their cars. You can showcase it. You can look at the cars available for consignment, the cars that they have in inventory, and it gets a good crowd, to say the least. But one thing about this is that when you have a car that's basically $500,000, you're seeing huge price drops in some of these cars. They have cars available that are basically $100,000 off the regular price. And the one thing about these cars, you don't have a sticker on a Ferrari. But just a beautiful car. It's nice to come out here and see this and walk amongst these cars. I have never met a Ferrari owner that has told me that he drives the car every day. Doesn't drive it to and from work. It's not the everyday car, but it's absolutely crazy that you have a car that can be that expensive. Now, one of them, here's a deal, guys. Car for 149K, guys. It's only got 17,000 miles on it. Beautiful car, guys. Would you buy this car? Would you buy a car like this? Let me know, guys. It's nice to drive by a place like that and check out things like that every now and then, see something different that none of us can afford. But, you're starting to see a more disturbing trend come out because you've got people like Jeffrey Gundlach, who's the bond king, that's what he's been known for, saying, hey, listen, this interest rate thing is going to destroy everything. And then you have Stanley Druckenmiller, who's an economist, who knows his stuff, who sat there and said, listen, this is a mess and we need to fix this right now, or it's going to be a catastrophic problem that's only going to get worse. Now, he didn't like the way that interest rates were when they were low, that the federal government didn't do anything to basically refinance and to adjust what we were paying. They just let it ride. And he blames Janet Yellen, and Janet Yellen steps forward and says, this is outrageous. This guy doesn't, we did everything we could. He shouldn't be doing this. Okay. How about this disturbing trend? You've got all these people, talking about low wages. How about this? The average CEO, and there's a story about this, makes $601 for every $1 that their employees make on average. Is that crazy? Think about that. So your boss is making $601 for every dollar you make. That is wow. That is wild, wild numbers when you think about that. I'm on Ocean. I like walking down this little track here because you can see these houses. There's always construction and people spending money. But, here you've got houses on this street that are 16, 18, $25 million, just crazy, crazy figures, because when you peek through, you can see that's their backyard is the ocean. Just stunning, but again, I'll never live here, to say the least. So speaking of moving, Jeff Bezos is moving. He's leaving Seattle. Bye-bye, Seattle. He's going to Miami. So Jeff Bezos is packing. Think about it. That guy is Seattle. Him and Bill Gates, they put Seattle on the map when you think about it. So he's leaving for good. And when asked, he said, why are you leaving Seattle? And he said, the women. So it was women. That's it. He didn't say that. Okay. Share your thoughts with this stuff so far, guys. A lot of you send me Dave Ramsey clips and Dave Ramsey, emails and different stories and things like that. And this one was one I wanted to share because it made a lot of sense. And that is that people have not responded well to inflation, is what Mr. Ramsey's saying. It's, the fact that they're still spending as if prices have not gone up, and you need to have an emergency fund. You need to cut back. You need to get rid of things you don't need. And great article below. I won't bore you with all of it, but that's something that you have to deal with. Now, another thing that we don't know the numbers on yet, but for September, there's a great story below about the canceled real estate contracts. There were well over 50,000 canceled real estate contracts where somebody went, we're going to buy this house, and canceled it. It was over 16%. What they think is that the trend is going to go and continue to go up, which is bad for the real estate industry. Now, once we get those October numbers, that's when we're going to know how bad it is. But one thing that hasn't helped is this new lawsuit with the National Association of Realtors. And, I get TikTok sent to me from realtors and real estate agents that said, listen, this is a nothing burger. It's nothing. Oh, no. You guys conspired to raise the price and to charge people between 4 and 6% of the value of their house to list it. So that's going to change, guys. You can act like it's not, but I've had 3 solid business people. Hey, how do we capitalize on this? How do we set up a business that, we can get buyers together and put them together? What I should do is put these 3 people together and have them start a business together. Now, final story that is crazy right now is here in Southern California, in Orange County Register once a week prints a guide of restaurants that were written up by the health department. I love this. I've read it for years, okay? And a couple things. A month ago, my friend Doug was in town, the foreclosure guy, and I'm like, hey, I want to try this Teppan place where they make the stuff, in front of you. Let's meet over there. So we drive over there to Huntington Beach, and the place is closed on a Tuesday night. And I'm like, what a drag, okay? Well, come Sunday, they had this thing called a cockroach infestation that I'll never eat there again, okay? Let's just put it that way. So what they have in Florida is insane. Florida has a thing called dirty dining that they have these articles on, and they slammed 2 Boston markets. The story is below that people from Florida sent me, and these are, oh my gosh, they're solid gold. What they do is they go verbatim from the health inspection report. Now, this isn't just clicking a box. This is where the health inspector walks in and says, yeah, I noticed 16 flies flying around, and when we came back, there were 4 flies, and there was cockroaches in the room, and just made it so that you were like, oh my gosh, this guy, they really do inspect in Florida for these restaurants. But this is devastating. If you own a Florida restaurant and you get on that dirty dining site, like these 2 Boston markets did, I don't know how you recover from that. And these places were ordered shut. Now, I also included the latest one from the Orange County Register, and ours are tame compared to that. And there's only a few restaurants this week. I think it was only 3 in the county got written up by the health department. But that is the sign of the times, guys. Do you guys read this stuff like I do? Or am I just a sicko? Okay? Dan's a sicko. Anyways, please don't forget to like the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel as always. And what do you guys think about these evictions? What do you guys think about the real estate contracts? Okay, tell me this. Are we going to see more than 16% of the real estate contracts canceled this month? You let me know. Tell me what you think about this. Onward and upward, guys. I'll see you guys very soon. You want to get a hold of me? hello@iallegedly.com. I will see you guys very soon.